breaking news story. It's been discovered that teachers are having trouble knowing what to do when students struggle. This is a growing epidemic across the Riverview School District as the pressure to be successful in high-stakes testing is becoming a priority. To get the latest scoop on this, we'll go inside to Jamie, who has more on this story.
Thanks, Jen. For more on this story, let's take a look inside the classroom. As you can see, students are having difficulties with reading. According to a survey completed by teachers, we can see that how to come up with efficient and effective interventions is a high need in our schools. We are on air with Michelle Beitzel, veteran teacher and RTI coach, to learn more about effective and efficient interventions. Michelle, can you walk us through this process?
I sure can, Jamie. I will use this flowchart to help me explain how we prepare for effective and efficient interventions for a student in the classroom that we visited earlier. First, we must identify the student's weaknesses and what the student needs to know. For example, one of the students in our class does not read fluently, which means she reads very choppy. After we have identified an area of focus, we need to dig deeper and be more specific as to why she reads choppy. We have decided that she is having a hard time tracking words as she reads. Once we have diagnosed what our area of focus is, we must now plan how we are going to provide our interventions. As you can see here, if we teach her to track words in text by doing rapid recall of letters, words, and phrases, eye-focusing exercises, and visual separation of words and text, she will improve her reading fluency. Now that we have a plan, you can see here we have written very detailed step-by-step directions as to how to do all of the interventions. We record every time intervention is given in order to track its effectiveness. We need to ensure that our interventions are working, so we'll monitor her progress every week or two. As you can see, we have chosen to use a second grade Easy CBM reading passage to monitor her reading fluency. We must always look at our data, ensure that progress is being made. It is a good idea to do this at least every 3 weeks. After the 3 weeks, we will have some decisions that we will need to make. If the plan is working and the student is making progress, then we are going to continue the plan. We may need to tweak it as we go as the student improves. If progress is not being made, then we need to try something new, and we will start over again at the plan intervention or the need. And then we'll continue with doing the intervention, more progress monitoring, and more analyzing. If we have done that a couple of times and then we do not know what to try next, then we need to go to the RTI coach. And the RTI coach will start the process again. But this time, with the RTI coach, the first thing you will need to do is refer your student to the RTI coach via the RTI coach referral form. Then the RTI coach will dig deeper with you as to the 5 whys to re-diagnose the student's needs. And finally, we will plan intervention together in a stakeholders meeting with the child, the parent, and the teachers. You may be asking why this is necessary. The main reason for doing the RTI process is to ensure that all students are growing. We need to see student growth. And in order to get student growth, we need to make sure that we are having explicit, consistent, and effective intervention instruction.
Update on our story about the growing epidemic of teachers not knowing what to do when their students are struggling. We're back with the teachers at Conesville Elementary to see how their students are performing.
Thanks, Jen. I'm here with a panel of teachers at Conesville Elementary. Will you remind us what teachers were struggling with earlier in the year?
Yeah, we sure can.
Like it or not, high-stakes testing is here.
Basically, teachers didn't know what to do when they got these kids who were struggling in certain areas. That our interventions were kind of hit and miss and inconsistent due to the fact that we have teachers and paraprofessionals going and doing the interventions with the students. And paraprofessionals, even though they are very great things, they don't have the background that we have.
And with a variety of paraprofessionals, the growth wasn't really showing enough.
Could you tell us what the teachers at Conesville did to ease this pressure?
Sure, we started off with a survey to find out exactly what the teachers wanted.
And what they ended up wanting, that they said that they were having this hard time coming up with action plans that were explicit and were consistent throughout, no matter who gave them.
Yeah, so first we got together to work on the action plans and figure out what exactly we needed.
And we used some research-based strategies and things to ensure that the interventions that were given were going to be efficient for the teachers to give.
Not only makes the teachers feel more comfortable, but also the paraprofessionals who are going to be working with those children. Makes them feel more comfortable and confident that they're doing the right thing for the kids.
Yes. And we went through and we created, we're in the process of creating an online site where all of these interventions and things will be uploaded to there so that everyone has access to them. So they can go in and copy and tweak them. Maybe they have something for kindergarten math that'll work very well. With second grade math, it just needs tweaked for the content.
And there'll be like a template so that they can go in and it'll have, how much time it's going to take for that intervention, what resources they need, and explicit directions on how to deliver that so that no matter who picks up the folder, they'll know. The kid will get it the same way from everybody, so it's not hit or miss like our things were in the past.
And that'll really ensure that when kids are going through it, and if they're not making progress, we can really weed out, say, okay, that was not working, so we need to go and we need to change what we're doing to make it work better. And if everyone's giving it a little differently, then we'll never know for sure which one is really working and which one's not. So if everyone sticks to the explicit directions that were written, that's just going to make it better for the students.
As you can see from this chart, Conesville has figured out what they need to do to ensure student growth of everyone, not just the struggling students. You've heard it from the source. Now get out there and teach.